Pay attention to what I am about to reveal in this video before you buy that EV. The situation surrounding EVs has taken an unexpected turn, as owners are now expressing a desire to return to gas-powered vehicles. EV users are beginning to realize the big mistake they made while hopping on the EV hype. Interestingly, those advocating for EVs are often members of the political class who don't even utilize them personally. As we continue into the year 2024, it is predicted that the number of EVs on the road will decrease further, with research indicating that nearly half of current EV owners plan to purchase a gas-powered vehicle for their next car. This is unbelievable. Why are people now running away from EVs? The truth will shock you, so keep watching. This reluctance to embrace the electric revolution, endorsed by prominent companies, reflects the sentiment of the majority of Americans who are in no hurry to join the movement. Consequently, these brands continue to suffer financial losses. When EVs became a thing, everyone did their best to have one parked in their garage. Politicians portrayed electric vehicles as the best thing in automotive innovation and the ultimate solution to replace gas-powered cars. The politicians put pressure on car manufacturers to increase the production of EVs. However, the present scenario reveals that despite just a short span of around 4 years, the batteries of these highly praised futuristic vehicles have begun to age, while their owners have gradually accumulated notable mileage. Like me, you're probably shocked thanks to the poor situation, with people literally exchanging their week-old EVs for hybrid vehicles. I will show you 4 major lethal issues with EVs that could cost you thousands of dollars in repairs, and the danger lurking around EVs. This is just insane. Before getting into the concerns regarding electric vehicles, let me show you some real-life scenarios. As reported by the Wall Street Journal, a gentleman named Scott McFan found himself in a predicament where he had to shell out a staggering $22,000 just to repair a dent. Undoubtedly, $22,000 is a huge amount of money. Scott's misfortune was caused by a minor accident involving a Rivian, an electric vehicle, resulting in a dent that would typically be a routine fix for traditional gasoline-powered cars. However, in the case of this particular electric vehicle, the repair process was neither swift nor affordable. Scott had to bid farewell to his car for over 2 months and was presented with an unbelievable repair bill of $22,000. This incident serves as a stark reminder of a prevalent issue with EVs. Numerous repair shops lack the necessary expertise to handle their advanced technology. Consequently, this leads to escalated repair costs and insurance premiums. Presently, in the United States, the average expense for repairing electric vehicles stands at $658. In another instance, a Californian individual expressed his anxiety when the range of his EV drastically plummeted by more than 30% within a mere 5 minutes of driving in cold weather. This situation was further exacerbated by the fact that the man had an infant seated in the back, and his sole objective was to promptly transport his child to the hospital due to an emergency. This particular case is just one among the thousands of incidents that occur daily, regardless of whether one resides in frigid regions or areas prone to cyclones. What course of action should one take when faced with an overloaded power grid or the inability to charge their vehicle during unforeseen emergencies? It is evident that we are not yet prepared to prohibit gasoline-powered vehicles. Therefore, the government needs to comprehend this fact. Furthermore, over 50% of current electric car owners are contemplating reverting to gasoline or diesel for their next vehicle. Yes, you heard correctly. When we delve into the statistics, the situation becomes even more intriguing. Research indicates that households possessing an electric vehicle have a mere 52.1% likelihood of purchasing another one for their next car. Additionally, 3 out of every 5 non-Tesla EV owners have no desire to return to an electric vehicle. Automobile companies are investing considerable amounts of money in the development of EVs. However, they are highly averse to seeing EV owners switching back to gasoline or diesel vehicles. It is akin to investing in a new gadget only to return to the outdated ones you abandoned before. When it comes to the luxury sector, the situation is even more damning. For example, BMW, Porsche, and other leading brands all recorded below the 50% mark in sales. According to a recent consumer report, EVs are encountering a higher number of problems compared to traditional gasoline-powered cars. These issues amount to approximately 80% more complications, with the primary problems revolving around the batteries and charging systems. Additionally, concerns have been raised regarding the fitment of the car's body panels and interior components. Consequently, purchasing an EV is like acquiring a new item only to discover it is already malfunctioning. These challenges signify significant obstacles for the electric car industry, as manufacturers strive to develop these innovative vehicles while minimizing associated problems. However, consumers find themselves in a difficult position, as they have fears about the reliability of EVs. In addition, individuals express fear regarding the high costs and the insufficient number of charging stations hindering the seamless operation of these vehicles. You can imagine having to make time to charge your car when you can just fill your tank within a few seconds if it were a gas-powered car. Moreover, plug-in hybrids, which combine electric and gasoline-powered systems, encounter even more difficulties than fully electric cars due to their dual power sources. It gets even worse. You will not believe what EV users have to deal with. Check this out. In a separate incident, Michael Korm, a resident of New York, decided to purchase a 2023 Chevy Bolt electric SUV because he found it appealing and believed it would save him money on fuel. However, to his disappointment, he encountered an issue one chilly day when his car refused to shift into drive. Consequently, he had to attempt restarting it approximately 10 to 12 times before it finally cooperated. Apart from this particular Chevy model, Hyundai's Ioniq 5 EV also faced problems related to its battery and charging system due to a computer glitch. Furthermore, Rivian, a newly established company specializing in the production of electric trucks and SUVs, experienced challenges in aligning their vehicles' body panels correctly, with some parts found to be damaged upon inspection. Now that we have mentioned these instances, it is evident that EVs present significant problems for their owners. Allow me to show you 4 significant reasons why purchasing an EV could be a big mistake. The first major issue involves impractical home charging. Initially, one might think once you own an EV, you will be free from the troubles of visiting a gas station again, which sounds great. However, there is a catch. Charging an EV at home is not as straightforward as these companies claim. In many places, there are no chargers, and where there are, most of these chargers are not fast chargers. It only makes owning an EV frustrating and not a convenience. And have you thought of those who do not have garages? What if you live in an apartment building? How do you plan to charge your EV? The only option is to do that out in the streets, and this is why most New Yorkers don't buy EVs. It is simply not practical for city life. Relying on public charging stations becomes the only option, which is far from being stress-free. These stations are frequently either non-functional or out of service, with an alarming 40% of public charging stations being reported as inoperable. The second significant problem arises from the energy crisis associated with EVs. It is widely believed that EVs contribute to energy conservation, but an astonishing fact challenges this notion. The actual electricity consumption of these cars at home surpasses initial expectations. While people initially estimated an energy consumption of approximately 2.9 kilowatts per day, the reality is closer to 7.2 to 8 kilowatts, significantly higher than anticipated. As a result, this excessive energy usage leads to a substantial increase in one's electricity bill, more than double the amount estimated. Seeing the bill may even cause a momentary panic. If one assumes that this higher electricity cost is still cheaper than fueling a traditional gas-powered car, they are mistaken. Let me show you more things the politicians are hiding from you. There is a common fear in the EV users community, which is called range anxiety. This is the fear of running out of power at the most inconvenient time. This particular issue could potentially deter individuals from ever considering purchasing an EV again. Range anxiety is something that affects women particularly as they are more concerned about their safety. Imagine traveling on the highway and running out of juice. It will leave the driver with only one option, which is to tow the vehicle. This is simply ridiculous. The message is clear. EV users are frustrated on several levels, and the manufacturers are struggling to catch up with solving the challenges. Many of these issues are being covered up because they feel they need to force the narrative that EVs will solve all the problems of gas-powered vehicles. They do not want to talk about the primary issue of where the power to charge these EVs must come from. The amount of materials needed for the batteries is simply insane. Take the Hummer EV for example. This truck weighs over 9,000 pounds. The battery pack alone weighs an unbelievable 2,800 pounds. That is a weight that is equal to the weight of an average-sized sedan. Imagine that. We have to move towards a future with cars that are energy efficient and use cleaner sources of energy, but the way to get to that future must not be based on politics. It can only be achieved with sincere technological development and giving the consumers a choice. For more updates on the hidden truth in the auto industry, subscribe to this channel and watch out for my next upload. It will blow your mind.